Vichy, a wonderful city, a beautiful setting, and the P1 Jetcross Pro Tour. What more could you want?
The season so far. The 2018 Pro Tour kicked off in Seine-sur-Mer on the edge of the Mediterranean, and it was the Poret brothers at their very best. Morgan, Michael and Jeremy occupying the podium. From the sea to the lakes of Belgium, no Michael Poret, but a chance for others to shine. New boy Stan Shelgen took the most points over Valentin Dardelet on his first time out. Poret leads Poret at the top of the standings, Dardelet in third position, Stephen Lodijs in fourth spot, and the only non-French, Alec Anderlet, having a great run in Belgium as well, now in sixth.
Welcome to round 3 of the P1 Jetcross Pro Tour here in Vichy, France. It's actually the 5th time we've returned to this stunning location, and you can see why we do come back year after year. Vichy is the most popular resort within the regions Allier and Auvergne, an extraordinary thermal city ideal for relaxing, strolling or playing sport. It's also known as the Queen of Water City. This is because the purest of mineral water is produced here, and it's famous for its health, nutrition and well-being thermal spas. Championship leader so far. Jeremy, you are lying first place. You've had an injury this year. You rode through it in Belgium. How are you feeling this weekend?
Yeah, I'm first, so I'm very happy. But my knee is okay, but not perfect. So I have to make a safe race and save some pounds. This race in Vichy is very hard race because the condition is very difficult. So I will see after the first moto. I finished third of qualification.
And your brother is lying second behind you in the championship. Are you a little bit nervous? Come on, be honest.
No, I'm not nervous. I know this and I know my brother, so it's okay for me. I prefer that my brother second to another guy, but it's a championship and I would like to stay my leadership. So I will try for that.
Good luck for Moto 1. Thank you.
Yeah, I have make a good start in the season, so I'm very happy. Now I like Vichy. The city is very good, the condition is very good, so I make a best on the water, and we will see.
I watched you at the last round in Belgium when we had 2 log jumps. Well, this weekend we have 2 log jumps again, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you. What is your technique with that? Because you hit them so fast.
I think no technique, just no think and go fast. I know it's a good point for me, and I make a best to pass many concurrents.
As we know, your brother is lying just before you in the championship, as I said before. Do you think you have what it takes to overtake him this weekend?
I think it's possible for me because my brother have a problem with the knee. So I make a best all my weekend to stay.
Stay on top.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks, Morgan, and good luck for Moto 1. Thank you. Valentin, you've had a really consistent season so far. You had a second place overall in Belgium and you're lying third in the championship. Talk me through your season.
I'm very happy because it was a hard start for me because I have a lot of problems with my engine. We changed a lot of engine and I have a new sponsor with a big engine and a good performance. So I'm really consistent and I want to be my best today because we have a moto at the end of the day. So we will see what's happened. We want a reliable engine. We have a lot of programs, so we change a brand and a new sponsor. It's Easy Rider with a good support. So we hope it's the best idea and the best solution for me. Vichy is really hard and it's crazy place because a lot of roofing, a lot of wave we have to go very speed. We got a lot of rider and so we have to stay on your ski very stable and comfortable. Very security, and if you do your job, I think it will be a good race.
Thanks, Valentin, and good luck for Moto 1. The world's best jet ski racers are here this weekend, and their powerful machines will be hitting speeds up to 120 kilometers an hour and battling those technical waves for 15 minutes. And if that isn't challenging enough, we decided to include not one, but 2 log jumps. If this place isn't fascinating enough, it also makes an exciting place to race your jet ski. I'll explain why. The high walls act as a barrier and cause the water to bounce, reflecting off the walled surfaces. This causes unpredictable, choppy and challenging conditions. Our racers need to be on top of their game and adapt their skills in order to navigate the course. We're in for some thrilling racing this weekend.
I think no, I can beat my brother with only one leg for sure.
Yeah, I think I can pass Jeremy on a long jump to make this.
Well, you heard it here first. Don't miss the P1 Jetcross Pro Tour this weekend.
Time then to get the first moto of the weekend underway. 3 races across the weekend to score maximum points. Choppy conditions. The course is nearly 2 kilometres in length. It's a good mix between technical and fast. 2 log jumps across near the start finishing line. And a big split as well with 2 hole shots. But the main challenge is the fact we are on the river and the concrete on the left and right hand side means it's going to get very, very choppy as the race progresses. Who is going to get the hole shot into the first turn? It looks like it's Jeremy Poret in the 77. And here on board with Jeremy Poret looking over his shoulder. We go into the split now. Course splits to allow overtaking. And whilst there is absolutely no wind, which would normally contribute to the chop, it's the fact we're on a quite tight river. So Valentin Dardelet on the road tax with clear water ahead for the moment anyway. As I say, the wake will be coming across the river very, very quickly. He went for the outside split by the looks of things. Inside split for Poret, Alec Anderley and Jeremy Poret just behind. On board with Stan Chetline. Bit further down the order than we saw. Different ski as well, or certainly different livery to what we saw in Belgium. But ahead of him, the number 8 machine of Valentin Dardelet. Poret in second spot on the 77, and then Alec Anderley on the 25, just coming into shot now. There we are. Morgan Poret with some work to do. Just going to the outside of the 51 of Marvin Martinez. Martinez with a different line. So difficult to try and find clean water for yourself. Of course, as soon as you get to that chop, look how it puts Poret well offline. Has he managed to make the position, though? I think he did. Despite the fact it looked quite out of control from where we were sitting. Let's go back to the start then with Antoine Gotals. Just 19 years of age on the Yamaha. Pretty good start from him, but then drifts pretty wide at the first turn. Where are the rest of them? Yeah, very wide. Lots of them to the inside. He has to cross a lot of wake. And he goes for the outside line. Looks like he was only one of few to do that. Jeremy Poret then, on the 72. First time we see the log jumps. Set slightly at an angle, by the looks of things. And a good battle with his teammate. Trying to go around the outside of him. Didn't work out. Alejandro holding on to that third position, but not a huge amount of space between them. Andale holding a really good position in the standings at the moment. On board once again with Antoine Gotals, coming towards the logs by the looks of things. Going to ski to the inside of him. And that is Stan Shelgen trying to make up some space. And a much cleaner second jump from the Norwegian puts him ahead. Winner last time out in Belgium. And pushing hard. How the water is getting more and more choppy. It's certainly never going to settle down. It's only going to get worse for these riders. Even these are short sprint races. Here is Anderley holding on to the third position. Poret going a different route to Anderley. And is this going to work out for him? Quite difficult to understand exactly where he is. That's a better view. And he has made it stick. So the shorter route on the green course. And now into third position. Anderley drops to fourth spot. Morgan Poret then. On board with him. Nice and tight around the blue split. To the left-hand side will appear Antoine Gotals. Oh, Poret so good over the logs, and he moves himself up into fifth position. Almost as though they weren't there. Lovely riding, great posture on the ski as well. To move your feet around depending on the different turn, how you want the ski to react. And this is how the leader does it. Second position for Mikhail Poret on the 77. Third position for Jeremy Poret on the 72. Oh, now, looks like Mikhail is having to go on the equaliser buoy. He must have missed one earlier on through the split, and it's side by side, the two brothers over the first log. Oh, and into the water. Big old crash for Mikhail Poret. Second position thrown away. And actually, through the ski, a long, long way away. A big old swim for him to get back, helped by the marshals. He'll be back underway again. No such problems for our leader, our champion, Valentin Dardelet, on the Rotax. Very different engine noise from the Rotax. No turbo. Does sound great, doesn't it? Get rid of a turbo, it sounds so different. Still in attendance, though, is the 72. Jeremy Poret not letting our leader slow down. Coming to the logs. Big old jump over the first log. Second one on that right-hand side. He really just rides it so smoothly. And now he's starting really to close in on Dardelet. Are we going to see a change in the lead in this very first moto? We do see this late on in races. Some riders are able to preserve themselves much better than others and have more energy at the end of the race. Dardelet should have looked after himself properly throughout this race, being in front, being in the cleanest of water. But I tell you what, Jeremy Poret is coming very, very close. Here they come towards the log jump, and it's close as they've ever been before. Log jump one. Oh, beautifully done by Jeremy Poret. He cleared it completely using the water. And now into the water goes our leader, our sometime leader, Valentin Dardelet. Goes for a little swim. This is how you do it on board with Jeremy Poret. Look how he pops the second one, pushes it into the water, doesn't even touch the log at all, and sweeps himself into the lead. Fantastic stuff. Dardelet to the penalty boy, so he must have missed a mark on that last lap. That's an extra bit of water that he doesn't need to run, especially as there is Alec Enderley. Now looking to get himself up to second position. Poret's got a huge advantage. Dardelet still holds on to second, but Alec Enderley in third position. And I tell you what, our Norwegian friend from the champion last time out in Belgium looks like he's going to do an outside-inside here. Runs outside, clean water, has the inside line for the next one. And Stahl Chenchen has just managed to move himself up a position into third spot. Coming good at the end of the race. On board with him now, Kawasaki. Got his sights set on moving up into second position now. Amazing to see all these positions change so late into this first moto. What makes this form of motorsport so exciting? Anything can happen. So different splits now taken. This is Morgan Poret in the 7, with Stein Shechen on the outside, furthest away from shot, and behind him is Alec Enderley. They both chose the blue split. There is Enderley, faster, but coming to the logs. Who's got the bravery? Big jump from Enderley. Oh, but Morgan Poret is the one that goes down in the water. Enderley just about gets away with it, and Poret is behind the second jump. Not a great place you want to be. Quickly removed by the safety ski, and our marshals sent back to his ski. And it was all looking so good, wasn't it? Let's have a look again on board. Just lost balance, perhaps just slightly distracted by the fact that he had another ski to his right-hand side. Perhaps it might have just calmed down now. There is the flag. Jeremy Poret takes victory. What a race. That was absolutely fantastic. Poret, Dardelet and Stan Shechen in third spot. Alec Enderley finishing in fourth. Mikhail Poret in fifth. And Morgan drops out of the top 8. Huge attendance here. Been here a few times now. The fans know exactly what they're going to get, and they know it's going to be very, very entertaining races.
It was an amazing race, so it's very exciting for me, and it's crazy. I passed 1 or 3 on the log jump, so it's crazy. This condition and this track is very good for the battle, and I'm very happy to win here. So now 2 moto more, so I will see tomorrow.
And you're riding with injury. Did you have to adapt your riding style in that moto?
Yes, the start is my bad here now with my knee. It's very difficult for me to make a good start. So I will try again tomorrow to make better. But I don't know, this race is not a good start.
Jeremy Poret stole the win from Valentin Dardelet in Moto 1, but don't go anywhere because we will be back here tomorrow for Moto 2 and Moto 3. See you then. Welcome back to Vichy. Valentin Dardelet was the fastest man out in qualifying, though Jeremy Poret stole the win from under his nose in Moto 1. It's definitely going to be close this weekend. But let's not forget Morgan Poret. Morgan didn't put in his strongest performance yesterday as he crashed right in front of Alec Enderley whilst hitting the log jump. Jetcross Pro Tour, our organisation worked tirelessly around the clock before, during and after race weekends. So let's hear more about their very important job and what it entails.
Hi, I'm Julian Bastien. I'm a head manager at Powerboat P1 for Europe and brand manager for the Jetcross. So yeah, I founded the Jetcross in 2011, and so I am in charge of all of the global organization of the series. And we are really glad to be here in Vichy for the 5th edition this year. On a beautiful place and a perfect location to host this kind of event. Jetcross is a specific and unique series with a unique format because it's only reserved for ski stand-up, so the ski division. So it means that we can create a specific course for this discipline, and it's easy notification as well. We've got the best riders, the best ski riders all over there, and this is perfect for the show, this is perfect for the sport and for the entertainment. We organize events around the globe. On each area we've got a specific operational team, and for Europe is Jeremy Poret with the ops manager at Powerboat P1.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Poret. I'm the operations manager for Europe at Powerboat P1. My role is to manage all the setup of the race site. We've got 3 or 4 people with whom I work regularly, and that's really important to have lots of experience. It's pretty good because it's very physical. At the beginning of each race, we have to set up the race site, also manage all the permissions on the water and also the land, as well as getting all the necessary agreements to manage the pits for the riders, fresh water, electricity barriers, organise journeys for the crew and flight tickets. So we start 3 days before the weekend, if all happens well. We watch to make sure everything is going well, very smooth for the riders the whole event. And then when the podium is done, we uninstall all the equipment, trying before the end of the night. And then we try to get ready for the next race.
Jeremy Poret, Morgan Poret, Valentin Dardier and the rest of the field are all chasing down a podium finish in our pro class this weekend. Here's Moto 2.
Well, the first one was pretty intense, wasn't it? Very, very exciting. What does Moto 2 provide us with? We've got 5 or 6 riders who could easily take victory here in Vichy for race 2. Good to see the Porets back on form after not really enjoying the Belgian lakes. It was this man who is the victor over in Belgium and the Lac d'Eur. They all watch the starting gantry. Plenty of onboard cameras for us. Valentin Dardier would like to take victory after missing out and leading for so long. Here's Anton Torelli. Don't see too much of him. Up goes the board. And off we go. Who is going to get the whole shot into that first left-hand turn? Looks like Dardier's made a good start. Around the outside is Michael Poret. And now we're going to go into the split. It's Poret versus Poret, in fact. Jeremy on the inside line. Oh, they almost touched. So close. Presumably Michael has gone to the split now. That was how you would normally do it. No, he hasn't. He's stuck with him, both on the green course. So Jeremy Poret leads Michael Poret. Who's on the left side, though? That's what I want to see. Who's decided to go on the blue course on the outside? Presumably Valentin Dardier is there somewhere. He had a very, very good initial start. And indeed it is Valentin Dardier who leads, coming to the jump for the first time. Look at the speed. Stan Shevchen did not have a good start. Right in the middle of the pack. They missed the logs for the first time, remember. It's too cluttered, too close at action. And Setjen trying to get past Antoine Goethals here. Very, very close between them. Goethals trying to go around the outside. That's not going to happen. But Stein needs to maybe improve a little bit on his start, because as soon as you get into the wash of other riders, it does make everything a lot more tricky. Awesome shot from the start of the race. So the positions then: Dardelet, Poret, Morgan Poret, Michael Poret, Alec Enderley, Stan Shelchen and Stephen Ladice going side by side. Ladice on his backup ski had an issue with his engine. And now we look back at Dardelet. Still in the lead of this one. Needs to conserve a bit more energy than he did in Moto 2. And there is second position. So he's gone right, which means he's gone to the green split. There is Dardelet on the green split. And then it's Jeremy Poret who's on the blue split. They take different parts of the water. An opportunity for overtaking, because it can be quite hard to overtake, especially when you've got really rough conditions created by the skis in front of you. Jeremy can see on his left-hand side where Dardelet is. Gets the throttle down, has more speed coming down across the start-finishing line. But for the moment, Dardelet leads. Poret in second, and then Morgan Poret coming up to the first of the logs in third position. Skips over that log quite easily. Nice little pop there from Michael Poret. Then Alec Enderley. And still Ladice and Stein Shedchen battling it out further back. Green split this time for Dardelet. Let's go on board with him, see how he's working. Look how clean the water is, how different the conditions are. Although it felt like he was just a little bit on the front end of the ski there through there. You want to push the front end, it helps with turning. Initially getting the bite and then get the throttle down. Still just about ahead, coming to the jump, but not by much, and a much smoother jump from Jeremy Poret. Oh, it almost looked like he was off balance, but he has kept the advantage, he has kept the momentum, and he moves momentarily into the lead. But we run side by side then. No splits to take advantage of here, and nice work from Valentin Dardelet to get himself back into the lead, back into clean water. Poret's just been so good on his second log, especially. Just a little pop, just pushes the ski into the water, and the buoyancy then pushes it out of the water. But this is how Dardelet did it. Kept the tighter inside line, was able to get the throttle down better, and moves himself back into the lead. This is going to be a race-long battle again, isn't it? No chance of any other Porets getting in the mix for the moment. And again, look at the speed. If you go on that outside split, you do have more speed. And again, we have a change for the lead. Clumsy from Valentin Dardelet over the logs. This time he's not going to be able to fight back when he comes to the orange boys. And Poret has the lead. Alec Enderley a bit further back. Moment, sitting in third position. Comes to the logs, sticks to the right hand side. Oh, a bit squiffy. Oh, he's over. I think he just about held onto the ski, but it's a big old mistake, and there comes Stein Shedchen passing him. One little error, that's all it takes. But Enderley should be able to get back up into some sort of momentum. Michael Poret comes past. On board with Antoine Torelli. Didn't see too much of him. Looks like just ahead of him, Christophe Kamels made a slight error. And this is the kind of view that you're getting if you're riding. Water being spat into your face at speed. Not necessarily the most comfortable. Great little battle between these two in the mid-pack. Oh, I thought he might have it, but just more momentum from Kamels as they come to the log jump. Big jumps from the two of them. I'll tell you what. They all need to watch Jeremy Poret how to do those log jumps. He's an absolute master, isn't he? Round the outside goes Christophe Kamels. They're still running side by side. It's quite remarkable stuff. Might not be for the lead of the race, but But still, fantastic racing from wherever you look. And this quite remarkable sight here in Vichy, on the river, as we switch our attention back to the lead of the race. Dardelet in second position, and just ahead of him there is Jeremy Poret. This is Poret's view. The only splash coming into his face is coming from his ski. See, quite technical and slow, this section. It's not the section we see too much of, but very, very neat, very close to the boys. Not wasting too much water. Poret leading, Dardelet second, Michael Poret, who missed out in Belgium, did not compete in Belgium, therefore no points, which is a big hit on the championship. You probably lose about 140 points. As we go on board with Alec Enderle. Over the jump, again slightly off balance. Ooh, ouch, caught the back end of the ski and a proper nosedive. Again holds on to the ski, and there goes Stephen Lodice. Straight past him. So Poret, all looking rather tired as they come over the logs. That's because we've got a few of our back markers getting in the way of our leaders, so the back markers are obliged to slow down. One man not slowing down is Dardelet, still pushing Jeremy Poret to try and get back that lead. To the logs for the final time. Jeremy Poret, big pop, and that is victory number 2 of the weekend for Jeremy Poret. Not too far back though, Valentin Dardelet. And it really does look like it's between those two men for victory this weekend. Poret, Dardelet, Morgan Poret in third position ahead of Michael in the end. It's a change of position. Stein Shetshen in only 5th position. Again, needs to get a better start and he'll be right up there.
What an awesome second moto. Jeremy Poret and Valentin Dardelet kept us on the edge of our seats, battling back and forth for the entire race. However, Jeremy Poret secured his second win of the weekend.
And when there isn't racing on the water, there's freestyle. Awesome work from Thomas Azou, nicknamed Zouzou. Every year, the Jetcross is a very important event for the city of Vichy and for our seasonal sporting calendar. It's really cool to see the spectators who've come to watch each race on each side of the River Allier. And we believe it's something which promotes the name of Vichy outside of our borders. Because Vichy is part of the championship with other international destinations and also broadcast to multi-channels with immediate support worldwide. And it's also important for the city to know and promote the city in a comical manner. And it's very important as a sporting event because, of course, it brings lots of people to stay and discover and spend some time in our city. And this is very important for us. I'd like to thank all the organisers and volunteers who work for the success of the event here in Vichy.
P1 Jetcross Pro Tour, safety on and around the water is incredibly important. How do we ensure the highest standard of safety procedures are in place? Here is our Head Marshal, Jerome, to explain.
We're the job rescue team and we're in charge of the safety on the water for the powerboat P1. We follow the P1 Jetcross and also other powerboat P1 events in Europe. So we start to build the course, check the lines, place all the marker buoys, the 2 log jumps. And then we're going to work on the safety during the race. We come when a rider crashes or there's an injury. And we're on the order of our race director. We make a report to him and he takes the sporting decision on what we need to do on the water.
It all comes down to this. Our JX1 Pro riders are just about ready to go. Our top 5 are so close this weekend. On a technical track with a strong lineup, anything could happen. Here's Moto 3.
It is all to play for. So close in points between our top contenders. The Porets are back in town, but Valentin Dardelet wants to prevent them taking the top spot and the wash that they did the last time we were in France, in Sens-sur-Mer. Moto 3 then is getting ready to go underway. Just check that gantry. Eyes staring at the starter. It's a long old hold. Here we go. Who's going to get the whole shot then? On board with Michael Poret, water in front of him, so we've got some riders. He's gone very tight on the inside line, so that might be all right. You can see we've got 2 whole shots to spread the riders out. Morgan Poret quite far back and hooking off to the left-hand side, following at least 3 other riders by the looks of things. Rough water, but no wind whatsoever as they slalom their way. Got one rider down in the water, but he picks himself back up. Who's going to get the main hole shot? This is the first opportunity to see who really is leading this race. Stein Shechem there on the inside line. Looks like he's pulling into second position. Jeremy Poret it was who leads. And third is Marvin Martinez. Good start from Martinez on the 51. Go back to the start then. On board with Valentin Dardelet. To his left-hand side is Jeremy Poret. Now he needs to go on the right-hand side of this boy. Poret must have gone on the left-hand side. It was a difficult, awkward one for Valentin Dardelet, and that's really compromised him coming to the first split. I think Jeremy Poret has made a very big mistake there. It's surely going to be a penalty, and that could lose him the overall victory. It was a clumsy start from Dardelet, but at least he kept within the rules, unlike Jeremy Poret. On board with Michael Poret, further back. Plenty of skis in front of Michael, but he'll be starting to try and make his way past them. There's Valentin Dardelet on his left-hand side, but can't quite find a way through there. There is Jeremy Poret. Now, even if he does take a black buoy as a penalty buoy, that won't undo his mistake at the first hole shot. That's a whole lap penalty. So he needs to really ski away from everyone at a remarkable rate. Stein Shechem in second position behind him. But he needs to push. And he can get up to probably, I don't know, 6th or 7th position. But actually Stein Shechem really pushing on here. And I think we might see the Norwegian, well, I suppose virtually he is already in the lead, isn't he? Because Poret's got a penalty. So he's in the lead. And in third place, there's Martinez going through. Followed by Lodice. And a little mistake there from, I think, the 25 of Enderley. So, leaderboard, Jeremy Poret with that 1 lap penalty. Then Stein Shechem, who now virtually leads. Second for Martinez here. Seen very much of Martinez, so he's done a really good job. And then Stephen Lodice flying down the start, finishing straight. But surely he's going to be under pressure soon from a recovering Dardelet. And what about the rest of the Porets? Where's Morgan? Still yet to come into play. So we're right on board with Jeremy Poret then. For the moment, he's got clean water ahead of him. He's not necessarily disqualified. He may be disqualified, but he may just have a one-lap penalty. And if he does have a one-lap penalty, he just needs to push as fast as he can. Over the jump. Again, beautifully worked over those logs. He really is very, very good. And then further back, that is Enderley moving ahead of Stephen Ladice. Enderley now on the 96 ski rather than the 25 ski. But just behind them, Valentine Dardelay. Slow start. You can see what happens as soon as you get that slow start. Got so much work to do, but he goes around the outside of Stephen Ladice. It's a longer way round, but he's got clean water as well to play with, and it will surely give him the inside for the next, well, it's the next right-hander actually, but he's still fast enough to go around the outside anyway. Here's our leader, Stein Shedgen. Now he probably doesn't know that Poret has an issue, so he'll still be pushing on, and he doesn't even know really that he's the leader at the moment. Stein on our right-hand side, taking the split. And now comes towards the log jump. And actually, he's putting Jeremy Poret under pressure here. Poret, I think, is going to lose the lead anyway as he comes to the logs. Oh, Poret's got a problem. Jeremy Poret, he may well have a penalty, but the ski cut out completely on him. Yeah, and the ski stopped again. Stein Shedgen moves into the lead of the race. Massive drama in this last moto here in Vichy. Dardelay down the field, and our one-time leader, Jeremy Poret, going for a swim with his ski. I don't know how much the gap is. On board with Morgan Poret now. Trying to find a way past Ryan Burt. And that didn't quite work out. Burt with a very different line through that particular obstacle. Now he can go to the outside, give himself some water room and plant his ski on the inside of that boy. Oh, and actually behind him, Alec Enderley's back in contention again. Slightly different lines between the two of them. So he's right alongside him, trying to get the power down, pushing that, what was his right leg into the water, trying to get the ski to accelerate. But Morgan Poret, I think, holds on for the moment. So, Stein Shedgen leads. Valentine Dardelay, who's moved himself up into second position. We haven't seen that. And now he's ahead of Marvin Martinez, who holds on at the moment in second position. Stein Shedgen has an absolutely massive advantage. Dardelay comes past the start line in second spot. And then there is the battle for third. Martinez and Stephen Ladice. You'll notice they're missing out the logs. An issue with the jumps means we're not using them for this part of the race any longer. As Morgan Poret comes past our camera shot, under pressure from Alec Enderley. And can Enderley get underneath him? Yes, he can get underneath him. Was there contact between the two of them? There may well have been. Let's see on board. The split around the jump. Poret's on the outside. Look to the inside then. Tries to take oh yes, big contact. He tried to take the apex, and steaming up the inside came Alec Enderley. Not sure that's particularly good show. There's Ladice. Start line being chased down by Morgan Poret. Can Poret find a way past? So Enderley's got past him. Enderley's on fire on this last lap. Morgan's now trying to find a way through. Looks like Ladice is struggling, and Poret goes around the outside. That was an easy move from Poret. The dice is really struggling on this last lap. One man that's not, though, is Generdyn. Like in Belgium, during the ultimate moto of the weekend, the Moto 3, he is riding spectacularly. He keeps the energy up. Perhaps that's because he's one of the young chargers. He still looks so strong and stable on the ski, and he comes across the line to take another victory in P1 Jetcross and stamps his authority on this championship. Side by side for the next positions, and that's Enderley going past Martinez for third position there. That was amazing. Enderley's last lap was quite incredible. So Valentin Dardelet does enough then to take victory in Vichy. And that may well put him to the top of the standings overall. Let's check. Dardelet finished in second position, Enderley into third spot. Martinez dropped to fourth by the end, but Alec Enderley started that last lap in sixth position. So Dardelet wins, Steinscheden finishes up in second position, quite a few points ahead of Alec Enderley. Not a Poret on the podium. And only 2 rounds to finish the season. Jeremy Poret does still lead overall, 24 points ahead of that man Valentin Dardelet. Morgan Poret third in the overall standings. But the celebrations in Vichy are about Valentin Dardelet, Steinscheden and Alec Enderley.
I feel really good after this weekend. It starts really good, and it's very hard to be on the top with six races during the weekend. So I'm very happy to be on the podium in GX1 and win the GX2 class.
It feels good. I wish I could start a little better in the first motos and get up in the front in the beginning, but it always feels good to end the weekend with a win, and yeah, it's always good racing here, so I'm really happy with my results.
I feel very, very good. I'm so happy because I grew up race by race, and it's very important for me because I have a lot of points to come. So this weekend was very important for me. So it was a very good weekend.
Well, Vichy is one for the history books. A wonderful city, an exciting circuit, and the world's best jet ski racers have raced right here this weekend. Well done to our JX1 Pro winner Valentin Dardelet, and to all the P1 Jetcross racers that have battled here this weekend. Next we move on to Switzerland. See you there.